What's up, everybody? Pickleheads are back. Today we're doing something a little bit different. Might be a little bit shorter podcast, might not. Every time we try to do a shorter podcast,
it's long.
It ends up being a long podcast.
Because I want to talk pickle. That's literally what happens.
We just enjoy talking pickle. We enjoy sharing it with others. Tonight we just played together for the first time in a long time. I think it was when you and I played together last against another group. I think was April, or I don't know. I think in April we played that tournament. Anyway, this was not a tournament. We went and did some rec play tonight. One of the many reasons I do not go to Sunset Park in Las Vegas, and I'm naming names tonight. But during it, Austin was thrown off, even though he destroyed everybody, because the vibe was weird. But it's been like that before, especially on the challenge courts on Sunset Park. It's like everybody wants to show their dominance, and it's like no fun.
Yeah, it's
winning, and it's still like, oh, that wasn't very fun because everybody wants to.
I think we were doing a good job at trying to change the vibe, though. I felt like we were having some fun out there. It's just like. It's like you're playing with literal zombies is the best way to describe it.
Okay, explain what happened when we first got there.
Yeah, when you first get there, it's like nobody says anything except for like the really cool guys. There's a couple just really cool guys.
Well, there's one decent guy and one guy that said a few words. Okay, go ahead.
But it's like you show up, nobody says anything, and then you start playing, and it's just like the vibes are just... Not like nothing I've ever seen before. Yeah. It's like you're literally at a funeral.
Yeah.
We could say that.
In a depressed state.
At a funeral of zombies. And it's like, you'll like hit an amazing shot. No comment from anybody. They're just pissed. They're like, oh no, nobody can do that to me. I'm better than them type of thing.
Yeah.
And then they hit an amazing shot. And I'm like, incredible shot. Nice shot. And they're like shocked.
Or no reaction either.
Or no reaction. Or they're like, oh, thanks. Like a literal... What?
Yeah.
Did he just compliment me?
Yeah.
And then I feel like near the end, we were playing with some really fun guys at the end, I thought. And it's because we got the vibes going, though, a little bit, where it was like pickleball is supposed to be fun. It's kind of weird coming from St. George, where it's like a constant smile the whole time. You're out there to have fun, to this, where it's like low down in the dumps depression.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, so when we first got there, Austin doesn't know any of these guys. I've played with a lot of them in the past, and but it's just been a long time because, one, we've talked about this before on the podcast, I hate going down to Sunset Park. It's the worst location in Las Vegas. It's
nasty.
Surrounded by homeless people. You wonder if you're going to get jumped on the way in and the way out.
Especially when it's dark.
It's like, yeah. If you want to quit before it's dark, just in case, so you can get to your vehicle. But we get there, and then you ask the first guy. We finally start warming up with somebody because people are just standing there. We start warming up with a couple guys who I've met before, but they don't say a word to me. I'm like, hey, guys, how you doing? You know, a little smile, nothing. Like you said, just zombies. It was Halloween. This is the day before Halloween.
It's the Day of the Dead.
And you asked the first guy, I already knew his name, but you're like, hey, what's your name? Nothing.
No answer.
No answer.
He ignored me. Straight up ignored me.
So Austin asked him again, louder. He's like, oh, hey, I'm...
No, he actually didn't answer. His friend answered for him.
Oh, yeah.
Nate.
Okay, yeah. Then Nate said, oh, that's so-and-so. Like, and I
was like, okay, he answers for him. Here we go.
Yeah, that was so awkward.
And then he started talking to me a little bit. He warmed up. I mean, it took some like sales, some persuasive sales to warm him up.
But everyone was there, like, definitely trying to show their dominance. Like, hey, this is my court. Nobody beats us on our court. Even though
it felt like
Austin made him look completely silly. He's playing with a 3-0 on a good day.
Yeah,
and just making these guys look silly.
Spencer played great.
But what we're talking about, having fun while you're playing pickleball, if you're not having fun playing pickleball, I don't know why you're playing pickleball.
It was weird.
Now there's the other side of having fun playing pickleball where nobody really wants to play with someone that messes around the whole time and has so much fun that it's not competitive and they just lose over and over. Like no one wants to play with that guy, but at the same time, have like a little bit of personality.
Have something.
Yeah, have fun. You can still be competitive and have fun, but everybody was just like, no, we're going to show you whose court this is.
Yeah, everybody except for one guy. Yeah. One guy was like, I was like, okay, this guy's the vibe of pickleball. He's having fun out here. Yeah. He can talk. Yeah. And everybody else is just like, no conversation going on. It's like they all hate each other. Yeah. But yet, I know that these guys are playing together all the time. Yeah,
all the time.
But they don't talk to each other.
And another thing, I don't care if I know these guys or I've played with them before. You'd think they'd be better as often as they play. I literally haven't played with those guys for a year, and I've played maybe, 2 or 3 times since then competitively. And I mean, you would think that they would be like pros by now, but
right.
I think a lot of it has to do with attitude. I really do. Like, I don't know. It was very strange. So I guess the point of
the person with the best attitude, I think, was the best player there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Most consistent, had the best shots.
And he's improved the most.
And I think some of those guys were like in shock that we were beating them. Well, Austin was beating them. I was just kind of standing there to the side. Yeah, right. But I think some of them were like in shock. And they thought the point was over and you would just get it right back and then destroy them. You know what I mean? So there's that to it too. But before we even started playing, I don't know. I just feel like people should be if you're not having fun playing pickleball, like why would you do it? That's why this was the weirdest. That's why I don't go to Sunset Park to play. It's been so long.
Yeah,
I would rather play with lower level people, and I've played with some higher level people elsewhere. I would rather play with lower level people that are trying hard, that are having fun with a good attitude, than play with those robots.
Yeah. Well, I have a friend that I know plays with these guys, and he came down to St. George, and we were all playing, and it's like in St. George, we're just, like I said, we're having fun, but it's still super competitive, and we're all trying really hard, because that's important too. But his vibes were just the same as what I saw tonight, and I'm like, it makes sense. Yeah. You're like becoming who you're playing with, and the vibes were just like, like, that's the best way to describe it. Yeah. If you guys could see my face right now, I know a lot of you are listening because nobody watches YouTube.
Except for this podcast. Everyone's watching YouTube, this podcast.
If you don't get on YouTube, we're going to be pretty upset.
But yeah, check it out on YouTube. It's more fun. You get to look at us too. Look at our beautiful faces.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that was a very interesting night. Like even that feeling of, I bet a lot of people can relate. Like, you ever have that feeling after you play pickleball? And maybe you don't often, but sometimes I've come home from pickleball when you don't play with the right group. Even if you won all night, you're just kind of like, ugh, that wasn't really...
The vibe ain't right.
I don't really want to do that again.
Spirit has left my body.
But most times when you're playing pickleball, it's crazy fun. It's not tennis. I got a lot more tennis vibes tonight with people trying to show their dominance than I did.
Yeah.
100%. It didn't even feel like pickleball really.
Didn't feel like community spirit at all. Felt like spirit of Halloween.
But yeah, that's what pickleball is about. It's about having fun. We hope everyone's out there having fun while they play. Yes, be competitive. We're not saying go out there and, like I'm saying, just mess around the whole time, because no one wants to play with that guy that's just messing around or not trying. But at least have fun. It's you're meant to have fun when you play pickleball.
Yeah, 100%. We have my wife in here tonight, Hattie, and she might ask us a question if you have one. Yeah. My question. We'll tell you guys what it is. I know that she doesn't have a mic.
Like, how do you bring the good vibes? What are you supposed to do to make the good vibes on the court? What makes it fun?
So she asked, what do you do to bring the good vibes on the court? I'll have Spencer start.
I don't know. I think we talked about either last podcast or the podcast before. Sometimes it's relaxing on the court to not think about pickleball for a minute, and sometimes you can play better not thinking about pickleball. was talking about a couple of the pros who between points to help relax themselves and have fun, they'll smile and joke and laugh between points about something else.
Yeah.
Or they'll have during a timeout, maybe talk about something else for a minute and kind of just relax when you play. It can be really cumbersome to have that constant feeling of pressure and just like tonight, it was weird. Not necessarily pressure, but just like, did we do something to offend these guys? Like, it's hard to even play when we're,
Yeah, you come in and it feels like everybody hates you.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
it
was the
absolutely
vibe.
felt like that, but it's always felt like that over at Sunset. It's just like, okay, whatever.
Like a dark
guys.
cloud over there. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I'd say for me, and I don't think it's a big problem that people have to have fun when they're playing pickleball already, but just like to change the vibe or create a happier atmosphere, it's like don't let however the people are acting decide how you act when you're going and playing with them. And I think that's what we did tonight, where it was just like, okay, well, I'm still going to compliment a good shot, and I'm still going to have fun, and I'm still going to laugh. I'm still going to be like, holy frick, during the point, if I hit a great shot, like during the point, and I'm like, I can't believe I got that back. I'll say it out loud during the point.
Or laugh or giggle a little bit.
Like,
or whatever.
Yeah. So I think it's just owning your own character and having fun regardless. But I don't think it's a big problem. That was really an experience I've never
usually
had before.
Not. But the only times that I've had that problem have been at Sunset Park. It's cursed.
It's cursed.
Really don't like playing there. Don't like driving down there. Probably won't do it again for a long time until I forget about it. And then
you'll go back. Exactly.
And then
But
I'll
it's
remember.
like, have you ever played anywhere where there's a vibe like that? I mean, I've played in plenty of places.
No.
Like we've played in California against people from California. I mean, there's weird people everywhere, but there was never the zombie depression. I don't know. Maybe some of them are depressed and need some love, but hopefully we shared some love tonight. You know what I mean?
How could you not be depressed in that situation? All right. One more thing we'll talk about today is MLP is coming up. For anyone that doesn't know what that is, it's Major League Pickleball. Check it out. It's super fun to watch. It's a different format. It's teams. It's rally scoring.
So fun.
Yeah, super fun. I was thinking, let's just each pick one team that we think is going to take it. This is MLP Dallas. It starts on Thursday. This podcast will either come out Tuesday or Wednesday. But anyway, Thursday of this same week after the podcast comes out, check it out. Most of it will be on YouTube, if not all of it. Thursday is the Challenger League, and then there'll be Challenger and Premier League Friday through Sunday. Sunday will be the big shebang, and some of that will probably be on TV, not just YouTube. But they've been pretty good at keeping it on YouTube also, which is nice. But just search up MLP. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? I mean, we could pick top one or top three, whatever you think. I'm
Whatever.
just wondering what team you're. I'd rather you go first.
Okay. I think Miami Pickleball Club will take it because they got Mary back.
Yep.
The merry-go-round. If you guys haven't seen that shot, that's sick. Look it up. Look up the merry-go-round pickleball shot. But they have her back, and it's not that Allison Harris or Jennifer Harris, whatever her name was. Allison Harris.
She did well.
She did, yeah.
Sub.
She did great. But definitely Tyson was having to cover way more court than he normally would, I would say.
And that's not really his game.
So then you get Mary back. She's a fantastic singles player, too. She played in a final against Anna Lee not too long ago.
Yeah.
So I'm a big Mary fan.
She usually gets close.
She's
and
awesome.
they have Tyra Black. They have our boy Federico, who was on the pod. Mary was on the pod, too.
Wait, they have Tyra.
Tyson's.
It is Tyra?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did I say?
That's definitely a winning team.
Yeah. No, it is. She's really stepped up her game. And then Tyson. Yeah.
Well, Ben, so just talking about Ben's team, why wouldn't Ben take any right side player? I mean, I think Eric played out of his head, but he just doesn't have the singles at all.
Yeah, nothing.
And I don't think he's better than a lot of the guys that are on the Challenger League too.
Did you see when Sam Query was commentating when
I saw him I heard him commentate.
when Eric Lang was playing with Ben. I don't remember who they were playing,
Okay.
but Sam Querrey's commentary was fantastic. Keep commentating, Sam. Stop playing and keep commentating. So, all right, you're a lot better than I am. But his commentary was fantastic because the way everyone was reacting, Eric like took over the game.
Yeah.
And Ben barely had to hit anything. And Querrey's comment was, for 15 minutes there, Eric Lang was the best player in the world. He was
so good.
He could not miss. Everyone was trying to attack him. It was super fun.
That was funny. That comment came from him, huh?
Yeah.
Is there was memes of pickleball. If you guys don't follow them, go give them a follow because
Yeah,
that's
a funny one too.
stuff. But they had one, and it's like, did I already tell this on the pod or no?
I don't know. I don't know when you're going to tell.
Okay, you stop me if I have, but there was a list of all of the years and all the best players for all the years. And so it had 2013 was, who's that guy that he would wear like basketball shorts past his knees? I can't think of his name. It's gone from me right now.
Doesn't play anymore?
Doesn't play anymore, no.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but
He was number one, Swaggy. We'll just call him Swaggy. Wears his hat like this to the side. Super funny. But he was number one in 2013. And then it was like next, some other guy, I forgot his name. After that, Kyle Yates, Ben Johns, and then it like gave the dates 2016 to 2023. And then it said Eric Lang from the time of 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
on this date.
On this exact date.
He was unstoppable.
Yeah. And it's nice because, I mean, he only has his little sliver of court to take care of too.
Yeah.
So he didn't have much to take care of, and he really excelled in that. So yeah, he played super, super well. But that being said, it's like he could have, first of all, gotten, I can't remember names very well. Tardio. Got it.
Yeah.
Came
Gabriel Tardio.
Could have got Tardio, who's a fantastic singles player as well. So that's why I say that. Could have got DJ, who I think is a way better right side player than Eric Lang.
Yeah, absolutely.
That being said,
DJ's beat Ben Johns.
Yeah, DJ's beat Ben Johns. He beat him recently, so.
And yeah, we're biased towards
Kinda
DJ,
surprises
but we
me.
love him.
Well,
He's sexy.
I mean, regardless of if we're biased, he's better than Eric Lang.
Yeah.
But they've played together. Him and
But
Eric played
DJ's
together.
another one that doesn't really have the singles game.
Yeah, he doesn't have the singles game, so that's why I'd say Tardio.
Yeah. He definitely has
Tardio
a good
would be
singles
stacked.
game. Yeah.
So, I don't know. In hindsight, I'd imagine.
And
Ben.
I don't remember if Christian Alshon was available at that time or if he was already taken,
Wow.
during that draft. But he's one that I want to talk about.
He would have been taken
real
because
quick.
last pick was Eric.
His level. Austin and I watched him in person at PPA. His level has gone
Through the roof.
way up, especially in mixed too. He was like dominating.
He
in
can
mixed.
cover the court so well.
And with him and Riley this time around, now they've played together once and they almost won it. I don't know. It's going to be a really tough team to beat. If I was putting money on it, I shouldn't say this because everyone's going to hate. If I was putting money on it, I'd probably go with Riley's team with DC. Just because Christian Alshon has really stepped up his game. Like, it's been unbelievable.
They have the two sisters too. Kawamoto.
Yes, and
Kawamoto.
they're fantastic and underrated.
Yeah. And they're good at singles too.
Super underrated. Yep, they can play singles just fine. Christian Alshon is great at singles. Riley's underrated at singles. So, yeah, they have a chance to win. It's hard to go against Ben, regardless of who's on his team, see who would win. But I'm going to go with the Ranchers this time, just because I like them. Dylan Frazier.
Okay.
Couldn't think of his name for a second.
I was going to say, should I cut in here?
Dylan had the flu.
Oh,
last
yeah.
time.
That's a good point.
Travis said on his podcast that he didn't complain about it or anything.
Cool.
But he like almost got there late, almost missed one of the games, like did not feel well at all the entire time, and they still did well. But I really think they're going to do well this time.
I'll believe it when I
Travis.
see it. That's my opinion of that. I think that Travis has the game for it to lead a team, but I'll believe it when I see it because I haven't seen it yet. So.
I know.
I would love nothing more, but I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, every time I think it's going to happen. So
Yeah.
anyway, I hope it does happen this
Without
time. Anyone who hasn't watched MLP before, check it out. Super fun. It's more fun than the other tournaments because it's a different format, more fast paced. You can pick a team to cheer for. Each team has a city that they come from. You know, maybe you're in Vegas like me. You can cheer for the Night Owls. Maybe you're, wherever else. In Chicago, you want to cheer for the Slice.
Utah Black Diamonds.
Yeah, if you're in Utah.
That's the thing, though. It's
the
like,
Black Diamonds.
I don't care if they're from Utah. I just like the player.
Me too.
So I'm like, I like Tyson a lot.
Or I dislike the player. There's definitely players
yeah,
that I
that's
don't.
true. And then you just can't vote for the team.
Yeah.
But like my favorite player to watch is Tyson. I just love watching him. I love everything.
Yeah.
When he's like moving.
Oh,
I liked it more when he had the hair. Isn't that funny? We haven't talked about that, but
right after.
my guess was 2033 and I was way off.
Yeah, but right after we said
It was, the next
we were
pod.
guessing when he was going to cut his hair, he cut his hair. I thought it was going to be January 1st. So anyway, it's strange. It's probably because of Halloween. I'm going to use one of these buttons right now because we've never used one before.
Just to
But
use it.
It was strange.
If only we could hear it. We don't have our headphones on. No, yeah, it's off. It's off. We're good now. Wow. I've had that with me for the last 8 months. Never clicked it once. Spencer's had it with him once.
Nailed
And
it.
he's clicked it. I wanted to teach one quick thing, just if we could go over one thing. I talked about this. It's in my next YouTube video, so you guys get a little sneak peek. But
On Pickleball Playbook.
on Pickleball Playbook, by the way, yeah. But I'm talking about doubles tactics, and I want to share one principle with you guys, and that's staying with your partner. So that's one of the points that I talk about. And what I mean by that is, in specific, in the situation of if someone lobs the ball, or if your partner lobs the ball, where you should stand, where you should be. Because I think that this is missed with a lot of amateurs. So your partner lobs the ball. You guys are both at the kitchen. Where should you be? And the answer is both of you guys should move back to mid-court or as far back as you can get before they make contact with the ball. So if they're hitting an overhead, both you and your partner are going to be moving back because your partner has lobbed both to mid-court. And what I see a lot of the time is one will have the double strategy down and move back, and the other one just sits there at the net. Which makes no sense. Zero sense.
I do that, but only when I'm playing with you.
Yeah, right. No, you don't. Which makes zero sense. It's like, okay, so do you think you genuinely have fast enough hands to counter an overhead? Or is it just that you aren't thinking at all?
Yeah, or you just don't
just don't know, which a lot of people don't. So I can't place judgment there. I've known because I've played tennis my whole life. So it's like I just know, right? But I assure you don't have fast enough hands to counter an overhead. And maybe you might get lucky once or twice, but your partner's going to hate you the other 150,000 times that's way too big of a number. But
you stay at the kitchen line and try to counter an overhead.
So the point of it is you move back together, okay? And then you see, okay, the ball has now gone over their heads. They cannot hit an overhead. Now you both move forward together. So it's a together thing. It's not a separate thing. Separate makes no sense. As soon as I see someone's up on the net, they're getting an overhead to the face, and it was their choice. I will turn them into a Halloween costume right away. They're going to look like a horrifying
You brought
Halloween
this
mask.
upon yourself.
Yeah, you deserve it. So that's the principle I want to teach you guys. Just make sure that you're moving with your partner, particularly with the lob. Your partner lobs or you lob. Take a few steps back.
Approximately mid-court.
Unless you have sent that lob super high, get all the way back. And then as soon as you see it goes over the head, you're moving forward. So
I had a decent third shot lob tonight. Huh?
yeah, holy cow. This paddle he's using too is just
Clean
nasty.
winner. Austin thought for sure it was out.
Oh yeah, I
That
did.
paddle sucked it in.
It's crazy because it was hard, fast, and super deep. All of a sudden, it's like
Inside
drops.
the baseline. Oh, that's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Makes up for the 30,000 third shot loves when I lost the point.
You've attempted.
Yeah.
So that paddle's super good for that. My paddle's super good for resets, dude. I was a reset genius tonight. I'm not going to lie.
How many times did they think our opponents just thought it was over and over again?
It was kind of funny.
It back and just turning defense into offense. Don't give up on a point. I'm teaching point 2 tonight, and it's a simple one. Don't give up on a point. Even if you think it's probably over, go for it and turn defense into offense.
Yeah, it was funny because it was like they literally are hitting, I mean, not overheads, but side overheads coming over the ball. And I'm just reaching my paddle out, and my paddle's just putting it in the kitchen. That's what it was doing. I felt like I was doing nothing. I was just reaching for the ball, and it was just putting it in the kitchen.
It was unbelievable.
And the next shot's a winner.
Remind everyone what paddle you play.
Oh, yeah. I play with the Lux, Selkirk Lux. Use my code ADV Playbook, and you guys will get a $30 gift card that you can use there. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah, that was fun watching tonight.
But Spencer uses the Gearbox Pro, right?
Yeah.
You use the control. And the control.
Control.
So
there's 4.
Why would you use the power? Tell us that.
I don't know. I'm not
Who
not
needs
a
the
power
power?
guy. I think that's more just for singles.
Well, who needs more
If
power?
you're going passing shots. I don't know. That's just not.
You already
my
have
thing.
so much with that thing, so much spin.
Yeah, you can get tons of power with.
It's like
the
opposite.
control.
It's the opposite of the control is the opposite of the Lux.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It has plenty of power.
Because the control is really power. Yeah. And
Yeah,
spin.
for sure. Yeah, there's 4 different models of the Pro. 2 are elongated, 2 are not. And then
Are you elongated?
2 are the power and 2 are the control. Mine is the elongated.
It is the elongated. That's probably what I would do.
if I'm missing, it's not on either side of the paddle. I mean, this depends on everyone that plays, but it's typically up here where I'd be missing if I was playing with a shorter paddle. But the other version's only a half an inch shorter. It might be good for a lot of people, but yeah, hop on there and order that. Okay, one last thing. We're gonna ask Austin's wife, Hattie, since we're 33 podcasts in, and we're glad she finally cares about us. So 33. Hattie, who doesn't pay a ton of attention to pickleball but is extremely good at it. She has a tennis background. How much do you know about Major League Pickleball? I want Hattie to give us her guess who she thinks, which team is going to win.
She'll have a guess.
Or if she wants to pick a person, and then we'll go with their team, whoever's on their team.
You can think for a second while she thinks. Hattie, if she played pickleball, she would be
dominant female.
Yeah, she'd be a dominant female if she actually applied, because she played Division I tennis at a Division I school. Like, that's how good she is. And then whenever she comes and plays pickleball with me randomly,
which is maybe once a year,
yeah. It's not very often. She just dominates. So she's super, super good. That being said, Spencer's wife is extremely good too. 0 tennis background, but she's applied herself and practiced, and she's freaking consistent. She's a machine. So she's super good too. What would you say? She's really good. Pushing 4.5.
Yeah, so anyone that doesn't have a tennis background, don't stress about it.
Yeah, literally.
You don't need it. Just get out there and play and drill as much as you can, and it'll eventually come.
It's crazy how, like, I remember watching her right in the beginning, and then to now, it's just a totally different person. It's just come down to drilling and practicing and
don't give up.
Having fun. Definitely having fun.
Definitely having fun.
All right, Hattie, who do you think? Are they?
No. So Black Diamonds is Annalise' team. Sorry, we should repeat what she's saying.
Yeah, she said the
Slice is Ben Johns, Eric Lang, and it's
2 girls.
Who their 2 females are right now. It'll come to me.
Etta, right?
In a minute.
Etta on the team?
Etta was on his team last time around.
Megan Dizon?
It's no, it's Jesse Irvin, and someone's screaming at me right now, I'm sure. Jesse Irvin, and
Georgia Johnson?
She just quit her job so that she could play full-time pickle.
I just don't know the girls.
And then Annalise's team is Utah Black Diamonds. That's AJ Kohler and Thomas Wilson, the cousins, with Annalie and Irina Terashenko, who's won more MLPs than anybody. All right, she's going with the Black Diamonds.
Also like the orange.
The squeeze.
Think they squeeze again?
Because they won the last one.
She said, or the squeeze. Yeah.
So that probably isn't, they probably don't win again. But
Yeah. Yeah, I was listening to a podcast with Ben, and he said he thinks that there'll be a different winner every single time for this because the teams are so close.
Yeah, it's tight. I mean, a lot of those games are like 25-23.
Yeah, they're all tight.
Or
I don't think the oranges or whatever it is, the squeeze.
the squeeze.
I don't think they stand a chance in this next one because they're not going to be able to wear those orange shirts.
I don't know if they are or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I
Well,
don't.
they
I
made the
still
rule.
haven't made. I don't know if they've still made a rule.
They
or
got to
not.
get rid of those.
Regardless, I'm not going with the squeeze just because I don't.
I don't think that's why they won either, by the way. But I think that all of a sudden them not wearing those is going to get in their own heads. Where they're going to be like, I don't think people were seeing the ball as fast.
Yeah, it might be.
So
Uh,
I hate the clown team. What team is that?
Hattie hates the clown team is what she
the
said.
They
fives.
gotta switch that up.
Yeah, they
they-
look like bowling shirts.
They do look like bowling shirts.
I
That's
mean,
an
what do
ugly
we know?
clown.
But yeah,
I just hate their jerseys.
She
They're on
hates
the
their
Challenger
jerseys.
now, right? Challenger.
Yeah, so they're on the challenger side this time around.
And then next year they'll be up, right? Because they've been winning.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if
What
they
happens?
if they finish the season. It's a points type thing. Whoever has the most wins. But okay, so our final guesses are: Hattie chose
Black
Black
Diamonds.
Diamonds. I went with the Ranchers. and
Miami.
Austin went with Miami.
None of us are going to be right. The team that's going to win is going to be like some team from the Challenger is going to come up.
Yeah, with hard luck. They'll need a substitute because all 4 players are sick. And then they'll win it. Yeah.
You never know. It's going to be fun, though.
All right.
Thanks for joining us.
We can't end like that.
That's true.
Have a great Halloween, everybody, even though you'll probably hear this after Halloween. Don't eat too much candy. Stay fit for pickleball. I'm just kidding. Eat whatever candy you want.
By the way, I just had my 8th popcorn ball since being at mom's. My mom makes
the best
popcorn
ones,
balls.
man.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, these last ones were just like melting in your mouth.
I didn't have one, but
I've had 8 in the last 2 days. So, yeah, not good. But that's what Halloween's all about. That's why it's my favorite holiday.
yeah.
Just eat whatever the crap
Work
you
it
want.
off playing pickleball. But yeah, happy Halloween. Everybody check out MLP, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, also comment below whatever you guys want to learn about. Maybe we'll do a podcast on it. So leave us a comment. You can leave a comment on Spotify now, right?
Yep.
Okay. So leave a comment on Spotify because I know that's where all of you guys are listening.
And Apple.
And Apple, you can?
Yeah.
Leave a comment?
Mm-hmm.
Leave us a comment. Whatever you guys want to
I
talk
think
about.
you have to do it in form of a review, or if there's a specific question on there, leave us a comment.
Or just hop on YouTube for once. That'd be
Yeah, YouTube, you could definitely leave a comment. Let us know what you want us to talk about. And then, as always, Instagram.
Yeah.
You can reach us there.
Later, pickleheads.
Later.